not update right now? Hey, Kanik's here. Hello.
When I get you back, oh yeah.
Everybody's here early. I see Kirk comes in. You guys all show up early than the mug. I see how it is.
Back, oh yeah.
I was in the middle of changing lights to purple, and I got sidetracked.
When I get you back, oh yeah.
I have no idea where Epidemic comes up with these songs that are like in Epidemic that probably should be on the radio because they're dope. I'm like, these creators, somebody needs to Puffy, sign this dude.
Baby, I won't let you down.
He's fire.
I got it. I know.
If you have Epidemic sound, people, go and check out Gloria Tell. Another one. We got no business just being on Epidemic. She should be like on fire somewhere. Insane.
I hope you feel that way too.
One last thing, and we'll be back.
No, I don't want to lose you. Baby, don't go. Don't go. When I get you back, oh yeah. When I get you back, oh yeah. Get you back, oh yeah. Oh, when I get you back, oh yeah.
I couldn't help it. I just had to do it. What's good in the hood, people? Good morning. I made the countdown shorter. Yes, I did it. Why? Because we are ready to go. Because it's Kirk. You know, he's always ready to go. Don't know how he does it, but he just does it. He just does it. Always ready to go, as we say around these here parts. Good morning, folks. If you're new around here, I am Doc Rock, your content creation coach. You come over here, you learn about how to do your YouTube things and your live stream things. But you know, hey, you can pop Instagram Reels, TikTok, whatever you're doing. We need to get your video game up because video is not the future. It's already here. I don't know why people be like, oh, live video is the future. Future. Yo, we've been doing this for a hot minute. I've been live videos since 2009. Where's this future coming from? Y'all speak up. I am confused. But some of y'all are new to the game. And again, who said it? Oh, Walter said it. I'm not new to this. Y'all just new to me. I love that.
You to me. That's
I love that. That's just fire. I love that. Okay, so anyway, around these here parts, this is what we do. If you are brand spanking new to these areas, you write down in the comments new, because the Let's Get Live family will give you the Ohana hug, the aloha, the shakas. They'll say what's up. They'll make sure that you are at home, teach you where the restrooms are, and remind you not to put your feet on my couch. Don't put feet on my couch, okay? In Hawaii, we don't even wear shoes in the house. So make sure you take the shoes off. Make sure you don't come in here with, dirty socks. Got to be clean feet around here, right? It's a red dirt thing. You'll figure it out. Anyway, other than that, just, any questions you have, drop a Q in the front, put your question, and then that way I can find you in my new searchable comments. Thank you, Ecamm 3.8. So then we can find you, whatever you're doing, and we'll get you started. So I don't want to waste too much time with the intro, but I do want to remind you, if you happen to catch this on the replay, by all means, put Replay Squad in your comment, and then go ahead and ask your question anyway, because there's a huge possibility, like 100%, I will get back to your question and answer it anyway. Whether I have the answer, if I don't have the answer, I'll find you the answer, but somehow you will not leave here unserved. That's just not how we do around these here parts, and you don't have to take a number. Just come in. Somebody will get at you, because this is how we do. We family around here. Okay, without further ado, I'd like to bring up my man. He is a guest speaker of all types of things. He been all over just doing it up on the internet. Yesterday, he had a fantastic interview with the boss lady. This is Mr. Kirk Nugent. You can see him anywhere. And yeah, I know. I always call him that, and he probably hates it. And I don't care because it's my homie. Okay, so besides just making Instagram pictures of himself with his mouth open like a groper, he's the man. And we did this conference the other day, and it was so fire. And like from the first time we ever had a conversation on the internet, I was like, man, I feel like I know this brother. And I think what it is because we have some similar upbringings in the area of the neighborhoods of where I grew up. And I just think some of that has to do with it. And, you know, the man he's all of that. Like, so happy to say that my brother Kirk is finally here with me. And so, dude, we scheduled this joint for December. Let's figure it out. But as two busiest dudes on the internet, now we catching up. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen. Woohoo! Here you go. Mr. Kirk, what it do?
What's up? What's up, man? Oh, so good to be here, man. So good to be here. Doc, you know how to host a guest. I feel like I needed to go and get somebody when you were announcing, I was like, man, is there another Kirk? Maybe there's another one. I need to go get the other Kirk. Man, that's so good, man. You were so right. We scheduled this in December. We were supposed to have done this during Vlogmas. We were supposed to have done this, but it just, didn't happen. And then the schedules are just all over the place. And now in less than 1 week, we're doing two different things together. I love it. That's what's up, man. That's just the way that things can kind of work out when you're on 100%. Purpose, when you're on mission. Right? 100%. That's what I'm talking about.
And you know what it is? Like you said, it's being on purpose and being on mission. And for me, I've just been so wanting to make sure that my community, my kinfolk out here are having the ability to do all the things that they want to do, and make sure that they're learning all the things that they want to learn. And so in that process, I get a little busy doing things. So, hey, but now I'm glad we finally made it. So, see, everybody is up in here. Miss Twist Yoga's in here. What's up, Kali? You got G is here.
It's a whole thing right now, man.
I don't know what G is planning, but he's up to no good because he always got all these good questions. And I'm like, yo, he fitting to turn on something crazy because I got another question. Okay, I got it. I love that because that was me. I was a what kid from the minute I learned, I went, mama, daddy, why? That was the next word out of my mouth was why. That and cheese. Big Kills is in the house. What's up, Keely? Okay, good to see you here. I see Dev Chambers is in the building. I see your fantastic bride is in the building. She keeps everybody.
Oh, yes.
She keeps Kurt on mission. Let's just tell the truth.
Yes, she did. Yes. Please say it. You can say it 20 more times. It will get more true.
Rich, all of us got one of those. You know how we do. Never Call Me Again, which absolutely I believe is probably the dopest name on the internet.
Dopest.
Yo, okay, and then I know I'm not even going to get into the jokes. I'm sure Johnny has had these jokes his whole life, so we're just going to leave that alone. Hey, Human City came here from being on Owen's show yesterday. Cool, good to see you. Thank you. Welcome to the party. Big Rich came in so nice he had to come in twice. I appreciate it. Yes, you know how we do. Mr. David Hunt.
Yeah.
Represent the keys to Livestream.
Yeah.
Bald, bearded, and be spectacled. And Luis he's kind of close. He got a little fuzz up there, but he not far removed from hitting the trifecta. What's up, Ryan? Yeah. Okay, so.
Oh, yeah, camera junkies in the building, man. That's what's up.
All right. I will start
all the way
your
live
question.
Right now.
Human City Junction. I will start your question and come back to that real quick. I'm going to let Kirk have the opportunity to do a quick, what's up and explain to y'all who he be. And then I will keep putting your salutations on the screen. This is going to be a fast round game because Katie said, bring your butt to the office. So that's basically what's happening. All right, Kirk, tell me a little bit about who you be.
Man, listen, guys, I'm so excited to be here on this platform, on this channel with Doc. He is the host extraordinaire. He is the teacher, the guru. One of the things I just love about Doc, I know I'm supposed to be talking about myself. I just got to get this in here. One of the things I love about Doc is that he has a very short incubation period. And I think that's something that a lot of us need to work or aspire to adopt in our own lives. From concept, ideation to execution is a very short incubation period. And I think that quality in Doc is what continues to allow him to innovate, to reinvent, and to stay on the cutting edge. He is literally, get this, he's teaching people while he's learning. This is the space you want to be in. teaching while you're learning. And so that kind of gives me an easy segue into a little bit about myself. My name is Kirk Nugent, aka the Geek Speaker Preacher. I teach small businesses, entrepreneurs, and faith-based entities how to simplify live video mechanics to shine a floodlight on their brand. And I absolutely love all things live video, right? I've got a YouTube channel and a show called How It All Works. Works is spelled with an E, not an O, so H-O-W-I-T-W-E-R-K. Let me see, I-T-A-L-L-W-E-R-K-S, if I can spell. Yeah, and we have a couple of sayings on the joint. We don't do humble on the live. Doc is never going to be accused of being humble on the live. We also have another saying that says there is a blessing in coming on the live, right? So for the replay squad, listen, life happens. You can't necessarily be there live every time. I appreciate you coming through. Doc said already he's going to get you in the comments. But for those that are here with us live right now, there is a blessing, right? There is a blessing because you never can tell what's going to happen when you're live, right? We don't even know what questions you guys are going to come up with. We don't even know what the order of the program is going to be today. We are literally going to engage with one another around this concept of using these tools and these platforms to get your message out there. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. There's a community waiting for you to be bold enough, to be obedient enough, to get your message out there in the way that only you can. Even if there's 20,000 other people doing the exact same thing, your way of doing it, somebody's waiting for that. And I love that. And that's one of the reasons why I rock with people like Doc and the LGL crew, because they get that concept. It doesn't have to be a one scenario. This is a setup where they can do their thing and they do it with excellence. I can do my thing and I can do it with excellence, and we don't have to step on one another's toes. I can send people to Doc. Doc can send people to me, and it's amazing. It's amazing. We're going to be talking about all kinds of stuff today. I know Doc's about to get back on here, but we're going to talk about all kinds of stuff today. Setups. You see, I'm in my new studio, my new space. This is like I think stream number 3 in this space, so I'm excited about that. But we're also gonna be talking about the different things that we need to do in terms of organization, mindset, confidence on camera, all of those kinds of things. So keep your questions locked. Make sure you got your queue ready for your questions. And Doc, listen, let's get off to the races, man.
Ooh,
let me say one more thing.
Sneaker preach.
If you listen, let me say something. Okay, 26 people are on the live right now. Folks, this is a free session that you're getting, okay? The minimum, okay, I'm gonna say this. The minimum that you can do is smash the like button, okay? Hit the bell for notifications, subscribe, and share. That's minimum. I wanna say that. That's minimum, okay? The next step up is to comment, okay? That's the next step. Comment under the video. Comment under the video. The extra mile, if you will, is you see that icon right underneath Doc's name there, buymeacoffee.com/DocRock. That is how you show appreciation. The minimum is like, share, notifications, right? Comment. That's minimum. But you want to show your appreciation for the value that you have been receiving and you will receive on this platform, in this space that Doc has created. buymeacoffee.com/DocRock. Go now. Go ahead and buy a couple of coffees. Support what he is doing, because it will enable him to be more focused on this space and allow us to put even more value into your hands. So I wanted to say that right as we get started, man. Go ahead.
Bruh, absolutely appreciate it like that 158,000%. Want to say a quick shout out to Obbs. You know what, Obbs, I'm so happy you're here. I love when you show up because, you know, if I can say, I love it when you come in because you're putting in your work, you're showing up all the time, and you're trying to learn. And you, like me, have gone through a traumatic accident, and you came back. You know, you could just be like, I'm out. I'm going to just sit here and watch TV and enjoy life. And you're not about that. You say, I'm getting back to work, and I'm going to show people what I have. I'm going to tell my story, right? So I appreciate it. Obbs had a horrible bike accident, and, you know, she had a traumatic brain injury, and she's still out here working, trying to get her stream together, trying to tell her story. So the reason why I love that, and I'm going to exploit that, I'm sorry, but now you guys don't have no excuse. I get mad at y'all when y'all be making these dumb excuses, because Obbs be here. She be here every time she show up. And you know, Doc say, right? And I just said myself in the third person. That's weird. You know what I always say? You got to show up to glow up. You can't just think about it. You know, you can't ask a million questions in the stream and don't do it. When she shows the class, she comes to class, she's attentive, she's paying attention, she asks her questions, and she turn around and do it. You know what I mean? Right. So, like, Tolo done told y'all about 100 times, just do it. You got to get in there, man. You got to do it. So, I have so much respect for RB. She's seriously one of my favorite people in the LGL family right now because she is actually out here trying and doing. And don't be scared. Like, same with Luis. Luis is another one, fam. He, you know, he got all the reasons to be like, man, I can't do this, but he shows up for his people. He's starting to build his tribe. He got his vibe going. Dude will run a clubhouse room like Speaker of the House. You know, sorry, I shouldn't compare you to
Speaker of the House. I love it.
I shouldn't compare you to Turtleneck, but we'll slide. But you know what I'm saying? Like, the man puts in his work. So, like, I love it when I see those of y'all out here putting in your work, doing your big things, because it lets me know that the information is actually helping. And that's all I care about. I care about that if you guys are shining, then it's in there. You know what I'm saying? So I really, really appreciate it. Thank you, Obs, for being you. You know what I'm saying? And Luis, you keep doing your mission. And let me answer this first question. So,
let's get it.
Human City Junction said, can you tell me more about Ecamm searchable comments? Not familiar with that feature on any platform. That's because we rock, son. All right, let me show you what I'm speaking on. All right, cool. First of all, let me hit that Command-Shift-D. All right, we are not live demo mode. You are seeing what I see. This is the background. The window right above your names, this is Kurt and I in the preview mode. This window over here is the program mode. This is what you guys see. Right now, they're at parity because I will move my scenes around in real life. I don't care. Okay, so anyway, so here in this box right here, there's a little area where I can just hit Q and then colon. And what that does is it brings me the questions right there. So I don't have to scroll through all the comments, which is my family saying hello to each other because our family is tight. Look, I got Miss Kanique here up on the top. You know what I'm saying? And then Valerie over there saying, what's up? You know, whatever. So, but the question that Human City asks is like down here somewhere. So I'll be sitting here looking sideways, like, you know, trying to see this and look at you. Oh, I found it. And that just takes too long. So it's not really the maneuver that we're looking for. You know what I'm saying? So now all I have to do, if people follow the rules, I hit the Q and I can see right away, there is your question. And then since you already here, I'll go ahead and sneak in your second question. What is your streaming schedule? Tuesday and Saturday at 8 a.m. Hawaiian time. Now, that might be weird for y'all because y'all never been out here or you don't know how it works. We don't have daylight savings time. We don't do anything. So I actually just go to like timeanddate.com and then put in 8 a.m. Hawaiian. It'll tell you what time it is around your neck with the woods. It's a thing. And I saw that G had a question, which was a slightly shade question, but it's still funny. He said, see, he did hashtag Q, which I guess I can learn to search for that too. Come over here. I never even thought about that one. That's so weird. But okay, there you go.
Yeah.
So G making up his own rules, but like I said, he about to do big things, so we'll let him slide. He goes, did you do your checklist with Kirk? Actually, no. I tell you why. I'm different from most of y'all. Nobody comes on my show that's not already a live streamer and not already professional. Yeah. I would tell Oprah to kiss my butt before I let her come on my show. Foul. No right equipment, no right cameras, none of that stuff. And the reason why is my important maneuver for me to you folks is bringing you decent value. It's kind of hard for me to bring you value when the other person is just like whack or coming in with bad picture or they got the camera looking up their nose or their light game ain't straight.
That's not good.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to have somebody come on my stream looking like this. Here, let me do this. Can I hit it? Yeah. All right. Oh, yeah, man. So I'm here today on Doc Rock stream. I was like, no, you ain't. You ain't on Doc Rock stream. What you need to do is buy a light and come back.
Yeah.
Right? So I will put you off. And if it's really important, like if I really want this guest, right, I would say, listen, Mr. Stedman, can I send you a light and a microphone?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then, because I really got, your value is dope. I understand you're an OG. And I know because you done bought everybody a Breville toaster oven that you no longer have money for lights and mics. So I'm going to go ahead and send you this little kit. And then If the show is dope, at the end you tell them, you know what, go ahead and keep it. If not, tell them, I'll send you a FedEx label, send it back. And then, but do not let people come on your stream looking whack. So I don't have to worry about Kirk. Look at him. You know what I'm saying? He's the epitome of live streamer. So I don't have to do it. Like it's like knowing that I could as much as I hate this dude. I hate's a strong word. I'm a Raiders fan, but I know that I can go get Tom Brady out of his house right now and throw his butt on the field, and he good. I can't stand it, but he good. Right? I don't have to worry about him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So okay, maybe
hey,
it's lazy of me. I schedule guests like that.
Hey Doc, a couple of things. Marshall Fox is in the comments, and you're still in demo mode. So just to FYI, I don't know.
Yeah, because I was showing this stuff, but let me pop out.
Okay, cool. But yeah, I see Marshall Fox in the comments. I see Kevin Cox. I see, man, we got a lot of people out here today, man. What's good, family? What's good? So good to see y'all, man. And
to G's other question real quick about OBS, there's no shame in the OBS game. I came from there. But once you find a tool like Ecamm and gang, it's all real, man. You get what you pay for. Ecamm is not free or whatever, but it's good. It's very good. And to me, it's way above OBS. But if you're a PC person, you got to use OBS, knock yourself out. If you're a Mac person and you don't really have the funds to, pay $384 a year for Ecamm, use OBS. I'm not going to be mad at you. I'd rather you tell your story. Your story is more important than spending more money at my company. However, if you keep spending money at my company, they can keep paying me, and there we go. So I ain't stupid. I mean, come on, this is business, right?
Let me jump on that question too.
Dopest name ever. Go ahead.
Let me jump on that question too. But so OBS is great, man. But I just feel like you do have to recognize that you get what you pay for. I think Doc said that already. It's a free platform, right? It's free. It's free. I want you to know that it's free. OBS is free. And so you have issues, you want, fixes, you want different things done. What is your leverage? You're not a subscriber, you're not actually paying. So OBS is a great platform, but it is what it is. The other thing that I think everybody needs to be thinking about when you're picking a platform to use for your live streaming purposes is what is the community bit around that platform.
My number one feature
this is where Ecamm is killing everybody. The community around the platform is everything. I cannot tell you how many remote production clients I've received just from being in the community and answering questions and engaging with people. What people may think of as me giving out, consultations for free, they come back to me as clients in several different ways. It's amazing. That community is amazing. And so you want to think about those things. For one bang, where you talk about what's the best bang for your buck. Learning Ecamm not only allows you to live stream like a pro, but it also gives you a leg up on showing others how they can live stream like a pro, or they can go to their virtual meetings like a pro, or they can show up in their digital spaces like a pro. Answering those questions have been a godsend for me. So I just wanted to throw that out there as well, man.
That is 100% true. I got to do a reckless move right now, but I'm going to do it because I saw my brother Brian from Banjos and Beards in the building, or Beards and Banjos, I said it backwards. And this brother sent me a care package, and I'm waiting for it to load. Come on, image. And I got this in the mail yesterday. And first of all, look at this handsome bugger on the thing, all right? But fam, this is dope. The card quality is dope. It says right there from Des Moines, right? I call it the Monies. He's from the Monies.
The Monies.
So, bruh, this is good. It's all natural ingredients. I mean, like, it's all the ingredients.
That's amazing.
Bruh, the smell, I put it on the face, and I went to go say bye to my lady, and almost got late to the stream. I'm saying, bruh, this joint right now is so
my goodness.
Dude, it's soft. I'll be touching my face like all day. It is good quality stuff. So for you gang out there, Marshall Fox, James Riley, those of you guys who got facial hair, G, you don't get to play. I have a smooth face.
I know.
But I'm telling you, bro, this stuff is really, really good. And not to derail the conversation, fam, you just don't put hair products in your beard. It's not the same type of hair. It's not at all.
No.
So you're not doing yourself a favor with your wifey shampoo and conditioner. It's not how it works, bro. I screwed it up for the longest time. Like, why everybody else beard dope, mine crispy? And I'm like, you're a YouTube guy. Why don't you look it up? And I seen him pop up in Diana's stream. And then I was like checking out Diana's stream. And I was like, let me go see what the homie's talking about. Man, he got the dopest videos. You know what I mean? So thank you, Brian. Yeah. I appreciate the welcome package, bruh. It smells fantastic. Now I'm gonna get in trouble when I go to the grocery store. Other people's wives be stopping. My wife gonna get mad.
Oh man, look at that.
So I'm just saying.
Yo, you got
incredible Mr.
I saw James Bush grabbed you a coffee, man. That's what's up.
Yeah,
it came
man.
up on the screen.
But it didn't pop up here, or I didn't hear the noise.
It did. It came up. It came up on here.
Okay, good, because I don't know, my noise might have been messed up. Mr. James Bush, I appreciate you, brother. Man, I am so in awe at what you're doing. James Riley, I tell him all the time, any of you guys that work in education, you guys are the true heroes around these parts. And so, boom.
Yes.
Thank you.
Boom.
And no, little brother, you don't have to buy me a coffee. Just don't come up to my office and try to steal anything. But I do have an extra hub if you need one. All right.
June Kang in the building. What's good?
Bro, I don't like to tell him this, but he's probably one of the best little brothers in existence. But he get a big head, so. So
good people.
Hey,
good people are good people, man.
I see Matt's here. So I got a question for you. In your live stream. So we did title this thing like, what are some of the keys to live streaming? If you had to. Yeah. And I know this is very hard because there's a lot of keys, bro. We're talking like Buffalo Butt the janitor, 3 rings of keys. Yeah. There's tons. Yeah. But if you have to have your go-to top 3, right? What is your top 3 keys to live streaming, Mr. Kirk?
Okay. Now a lot of people are going to think that the answers are going to be somewhere in the technical realm, like making sure your internet is right and you're plugged into Ethernet and you have your lights right, audio right, camera right? And those are there, but what Doc said was my top 3. My top 3 is simple. It's these 3 things. Be consistent. Be consistent, okay? If you say you're going to show up at a certain time, show up at that time. One of the things, a part of being consistent means not only showing up when you said you were going to show up, but keeping the conversation going with your audience, right? What that means is if you're going live today and you plan to go live next week, let them know you're going live next week. Have a flyer, right? Put that out there. Let your audience, your community, your tribe know this is what I'm doing. I'm not just live today at a random. I'm going to be live next week and I'm going to be live again. I'm going to be live again. So being consistent is my number 1. You got to be consistent. Number 2, in terms of your live stream, answer a question. You've got to answer a question. You've got to answer a question. When people are looking for video content, live video content, or just video content in period, they're looking to answer a specific question that they have. They're looking to meet a specific need. If you're not answering a question or you don't know what question you seek to answer, then it becomes very difficult for you to measure success. So be consistent, right? Answer a question. Answer a question. The third one, and this is where I give all praise and respect to Doc and the crew, because they do this regularly, and you guys have seen this modeled in so many different ways in the groups that we're in. The third one is to be vulnerable. To be vulnerable. Folks don't resonate with the perfect and the polished. So, and I know it's like there's a tension between being planned and being prepared and being ready, and then being vulnerable. Listen, being planned and being ready means that you're not gonna get kicked offline. It means you're not gonna be off topic and out of order and forget something. That's what being planned and ready means, right? Having your lights right, that means being planned and ready. But being vulnerable, I see it.
I'm sorry. I had to
Yeah, I really did. I snuck in the top 6. Yes, I did.
Sneaker preach. Where's Pastor Keith right now? Sneaker preach.
Pastor Keith. But I'm gonna finish this up though. Being vulnerable means sharing with people from a very authentic, real place, y'all. Like, if you want to be successful, whatever that thing is, whatever your topic is, listen, from an authentic, real place, a vulnerable place, as in, I haven't really 100% figured it out yet, but let's take this journey together. We're gonna figure it out together in this space that we're creating. You will be surprised the amount of impact that will have on your audience, on your live stream, and its success, because people don't resonate with the perfect, fam. They resonate with what's real, and what's real, if you're on this side of heaven, is imperfection. It's vulnerability, and the willingness to be able to share that is a part of my top 3 or my top 20, whatever you want to call it.
Hey, it's all good, right? And first of all, man, the one thing you say, which is 100% true, is be vulnerable, be real. I don't normally post like, kind of vlogging to the camera content. I'm trying to get better at it because I think it's very good stuff. And yesterday, on my YouTube video from yesterday, no plug, I don't care if you watch it or not, I had to get it out my chest. But one of the things I talked about in that stream is, hey, what's up? There we go. See, Corey and Marie come through.
Came up now.
Boom. I like talking to people from the vulnerable state because I want you to know that you can do this too. I don't want you to look at anything. Not that you will get intimidated, but some people might get intimidated by my setup or what I'm doing. I don't have all the things, or I don't want that. Like, I want you to know I mess up all the time, and I don't mind that you guys see it because it shows you how to recover from it. Because I've seen people make a mistake and then they panic and they start pressing stuff and then they can make the mistake harder. It's kind of like, I guess because I used to race cars, like, when you make a mistake on the track, the worst thing you can do is panic. Panic will send you into the wall, right?
Yes.
The best thing you can do is roll with it a little bit, let the car, find its feet again, and then when it finds its feet, you slowly come back out of it. Boom. Especially as a drift person, like, we're purposely controlling the slide, right? So when I hit that brake, like, I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm feathering the gas. I'm getting it around the corner. And then when I come out of it, I let the car settle, catch traction, boom, straight again. And it's invigorating. It's a thrill, right? So I think maybe I learned that from racing. Maybe, if anybody that walked through the East Coast or upper Northwest in the ice, when you walking on the ice, when you start to slip, if you try to fight it, ass meet ice.
It's going to be worse.
But if you let it go and you go, all right, Jesus, take the wheel.
All right. And
you're like, okay, good. All right, good. I didn't fall. I didn't mess up my nice London fog. I look dope. All right, let's go. So, and you've all seen the memes. They're the funniest videos on the internet. Somebody starts slipping and they try to fight it. And then next thing you know, boom, tough acting connected. So, yeah, same thing with your streams. If you make a mistake, sorry, people, take a deep breath and get right back at it. But don't panic. You start panicking, you start pressing all kinds of stuff, and you literally make the stream worse. So I really appreciate that comment, and that's why I love to just talk to people about the vulnerability of it. And no one cares about you being perfect, bro. No one does.
Yeah, ain't nobody perfect out there.
It's a thing. Kevin is dope because he helped this lady do a stream, and she does a lot of conversating about moving through her weight loss journey, and that level of vulnerability alone builds a major community of helping folks who might feel the same way. So she just said, boom, here's an entire book of vulnerable. Enjoy every chapter.
Yes, enjoy every chapter.
People love that. People love to see that. So, yeah.
Let me give a quick example, man. I want to give one quick example here. I was I got a chance to do a consult session with a rabbi. She's actually a member of the ECAM community, and hit me up in there, was like, I'm trying to figure out my loopback setup. Got her, and I was just chatting with her, and she's like, I'm so frustrated because I can't figure out the audio piece for my church service on Sabbath at our virtual synagogue, right? So I'm like, hey, well, let's get it together. Let's work on it. We worked on it, and so everything worked while we were in our session. And I could see on her face she had that trepidation, that fear, like, this worked because you were here, but I don't know if it's gonna work based on me being actually at the helm. And one of the things I do with training, and Doc knows this, you never take over the keyboard, right? You never take over the wheel. You allow the person you're training to go through the steps of doing it themselves. Because if they never do it themselves, then they've never really learned it. I don't care how many times they watch you, they've got to actually go through it themselves. And that's why I do my YouTube videos in a certain way that allows people to follow along with me so that they can have that experience for themselves. So that Saturday afternoon, after she had her live for that Sabbath service, she messaged me and said, everything went perfectly. The woman was in tears. She was just like, I can't believe it. I did it. And that was the thing. It's like, it wasn't so much like there's something spectacular about me. That session that she had gave her the confidence to be able to go and replicate what she had learned live. And she said she was even able to play some music during the appeal, and it had just a completely different effect added to the service. These are the types of, this is the reason why I do what I do. This is the reason why Doc does what he does. But when we talk about being vulnerable, the reason why I'm able to share tips and tricks is because I failed. I failed hard so many different times, and I learned from each one of those failures. And every one of my YouTube videos is a product of a failure, right? So if you ever want to know, you hit me up and ask me the story, like, what did you fail to learn this?
Dude, it's so funny. I told somebody, and I forgot who it was. I have to go look at the comment because it was hilarious. I told somebody before, like, don't worry about your videos now. You can look at these videos 2 years later and just kind of laugh and go, man, look where I was back then. And I go, you don't believe me? Go back and look at my videos. I started my channel in 2006. Go back and look at some old videos. And it came back in the comment, was like, yeah, bro, you wasn't lying. No old videos is trash. And I was like, you don't have to rub it in, player. Come on. Hey, yo, champion, what's up, family? Good to see you here, bro.
Yeah,
I love
you.
Good,
Chris Glasses. Yo, that's good, man. Chris Glasses in the building.
So
but man, listen, I really appreciate those are the pieces.
Man,
go ahead.
Big. No, I really appreciate that. That's big. And then the other thing that I love to see is, okay, so Brian and Kali are talking because Kali's like, yo, Brian, I got to give me some Father's Day gifts. Let me hit you up, right? And then Brian's the guy here who's just doing his thing, you know, teaching people about his beard care and singing on Fridays. You just got to go see it. Just trust me, he's good.
You got to see it.
He's good.
Hey, so, one second. Let me say something about Brian, about beards and, is it beards and what? Beards and
banjos.
Banjos.
Banjos, yeah.
I want to say that what just happened there with her emailing him about his beard care products, that's what I mean when I say there's a blessing in coming on the live. That's a fringe benefit. That doesn't even have anything to do with the topic what we're talking about today. But just because he's here and he's present, he was able to receive a blessing just from coming on the live. That's what we talk about. Come on, Doc.
Again, you got to show up to glow up. Just period. You know what I'm saying? You just have to.
Yeah.
And here's the other reason why that is so dope. I mentioned in my Veda videos, I think 2 videos ago, or if I didn't mention it, I plan on mentioning it. So one of the people's like, well, where do I know? Where do I get these ideas? Like, I'm running out of ideas. Go to live streams that are in your event, right? Like whatever your circle is, echelon. That's the word I'm looking for. So right, if Brian's, you know, don't go in there and be like, hey, you guys want to buy some cream? Just show up, and then, you know, maybe you'll find a question. You're looking in there, you're farming good questions, right? And then so you say, hey, there's a good question. Write that sucker down. Go make a video about it. You know what I'm saying? That's how I got here. Like, I would see all of the questions in the eCam community. I started making tutorials around those questions. And then I kept making those tutorials. And next thing you know, they was like, hey, you want to come and work over here? And I'm like, yeah. You mean I don't have to stand in the wood shop all day and, like, smell sawdust and be sneezing like a beast? And, absolutely. I'm getting too old to be in there anyway. So, you know, it's how it works. So, yes, absolutely. I appreciate that. Yes. And you can complete a lot when you watch Kirk's videos, especially on Fridays when they go long. Or V Cafe, whatever night V Cafe
the V Cafe, that's Friday, you're right.
Which is like 17-hour live stream. You could paint the entire
straight
crib.
Up.
But it's fun. I love watching y'all working and just having general conversations about whatever. It's awesome. Yep. Like, I think those live streams are great. You know what, gang? Yesterday, I had one of the dopest live streams of my life. I was getting ready to do my video for Veda, and I just so happened to see that Shelly was on, so I wanted to go say what's up to Shelly, you know, because somebody I highly respect in the game. So I popped in real quick to say what's up to Shelly, and Ephraim was on, Dr. Elo. So they was just talking story, and Shelly was like, "Doc, get your butt in here," and I was like, "What?" So she sent me a link, and we kicked it. Like, it wasn't really, the comments weren't working right or whatever, so it was just the three of us having a friend conversation with three friends in the coffee shop, just rapping about whatever. And because it wasn't a monetized oriented type stream or whatever, you can just always support through Buy Me a Coffee or anybody's now. I'm getting everybody on BMAC, by the way.
So everybody need to be on there.
We were just talking, and then we started talking about OG music, and we started like singing songs, and she busts out her guitar, and we got a chance for the three of us streamers to get vulnerable about the things that bother us about streaming, especially as streamers of color. You know what I mean? We literally just had the opportunity to sit down and just be vulnerable with three friends at a coffee shop type conversation. That was one of the dopest streams I had all year, and it was us.
That's great.
Like, just kick it. Just kick it. Sorry. I have musical Tourette's.
That's what came to mind.
I have musical Tourette's. It came to mind,
but you actually sang it right as it came to my mind. I was like,
oh my God, I have a bad case of musical Tourette's, people, and just do what I do. All right, so I do want to touch on something that is kind of a question that I don't even say it's a question. It's a statement that's starting to drive me a little bit batty. And I guess I want to talk about it because I need the therapy on it. I am a little bit over hearing people say it's not about the gear. Because that's a lie. Mm-hmm. It is 150% about the gear. But there is a caveat to that. Okay?
Yes.
You have to know. It's easy to say, okay, I don't care what anyone says, right? I don't care what anyone says. They're lying to you so much. If you say, if you roll up with a bucket with trash bags on the windows, McDonald's wrappers on the floor, like still got the cassette player in it, license plate held by duct tape, mirror completely missing, and you show up to the person's house, be like, hey, let me give you a ride to church. They're going to look at you like, no. If you show up in the 488 GT, 12 cylinders of Italian deliciousness, and be like, let me give you a ride to church, you could be like, yo, absolutely, fam. Can we take a couple laps around the block? So don't lie and say it's not about the equipment. It is. But does that mean you can't come with a 96 Corolla that's kind of clean? Yes. You'll ride in the 96 Corolla that's clean, right? But you won't ride in when it's just wrecked up from the neck up. You just won't. Gary Jones, I appreciate you, brother. Here you go. Let me make a nice
That's my dude.
There you go. And the DJ style. So, like, stop saying that because it's not true. You're giving the wrong message. To me, the message. Very true. To me, the message is start where you are, make a plan to get away from where you are. Yeah. Not that you need to come running because there's an embarrassment level or something of that nature, but there is definitely a difference when you level it up. I tend to compare it to when I was a little hood rat, a New York strip was okay. Like, I loved it, right? Porterhouse, yep. London Broil, yep. Chateaubriand, yep. Somehow they name all of the cheap, crusty steaks with the nice names, but then the ribeye, that don't even sound good. I don't eat that. And then when I grew up and I tasted the ribeye, I was like, oh my God, Becky, look at her butt. That steak is delicious, right? And it's also why in the fancy house they call it a Spencer or a Delmonico. It's the same thing. Spencer is this side of the steak, Delmonico is that side of the steak, whole thing ribeye. They just did that to try to level it up because that's one of the most expensive steaks on the joint, right? But there's definitely a difference. So let me hear your value proposition on that statement, because me personally, I can't stand it.
No. I love what you just said. I think people conflate so many different things. What you're gonna do is gonna be specific to your scenario, to your details. One of the things so when we're talking about gear, it can be very critical to have the right gear. So I have a client who's in the finance industry. He has a method. It's called the I could say his name because he's given me permission. But his name is Don Daniel, and he has the pill method. And the pill method, the only thing I can compare it to is Dave Ramsey's program in terms of financial freedom. But the pill method is completely different and a different methodology. So he wants to start doing these live shows and these live programs. He understands that for him, it's not about being a live streamer. It's about getting his message out there in the best way possible. And he also recognizes that people are going to be making a significant investment in what he has to share, right? So because he recognizes all of those pieces, he also has a certain picture of what he wants to look like when he goes live. He doesn't understand any of it. He has no intention of understanding any of it. So he hires somebody like me. Actually, he goes through live streams and he's looking at people and he's like, that guy, I like how he looks. Sends me a message. Hey, I want you to set up a studio for me. So we do that. We get him set up with his studio. If you see his live streams now, the man looks like $1 million. But guess what? It's one plug. He's got an A6400 sitting on the front of his desk. He plugs one USB-C cable into his machine. Everything is ready to go. Lights, camera, lens, background setup. His wife did the background setup. It's gorgeous, okay? In his office building, 4 or 5 other people have now started booking to use his studio for their live streams. What I'm trying to simply say is this: wherever you are, the gear does matter. Start with what you have, right? So in somebody's scenario, it may be an issue of, I'm going to go out and hire somebody to set up my studio. That's somebody's scenario. Another person's scenario might be, this guy already put in the work to set up his studio. I just want to go and use it from time to time because I don't need a studio for myself. But if you are going to be doing this live streaming thing regularly, multiple times a week, you're going to need to start where you are and gradually build what you have so that you can get to what you know you want to do, or where you want to be, or what you want to look like. And so for me, one of the things why I had to create this new space was I build people's studios. And people are looking at my studio as an example of what I can do. You see the difference now. So for me, it's a multi-purpose. Yes, I want to look great on camera. Yes, I want to look great when I'm creating my content. But I also have to show my clients and potential clients what I can do, what's possible. You know what I mean? So there's multiple ways and angles that you're going to come at this conversation from. The gear is important, but you definitely want to grow gradually, methodically, systematically, and you also want to keep the main thing in mind. What is your main thing? What's that point? What's the point? What are you trying to achieve? Who is your target audience, and how do they receive people? If you're just trying, if you're on a weight loss channel, they don't care. They just want to bond with you and they want to run the race with you. But if you're a finance professional like my client, you're going to need to show up on camera looking like you know what you're talking about. You want to get all those other distractions out of the way, and that means having a clean video, nice lighting, audio needs to be 100, right? And then that gives you the opportunity, that stops the scroll and allows you the opportunity to now deposit the value that you know you have. Because that pill method is dope. So he just needed a platform to be able to share what it is he was going to put out there in the world. These are the kinds of
come on now. Stop the scroll.
Listen.
All right, Ryan, I appreciate you, Ryan. Man, I'm going to be caffeinated in the mug today. The family is coming through.
Yes, you are, man. Yes, you are. I love it.
First, I got to say, big shout out to my homie Noah Tom in the building. Bro, I love that cat. He is an amazing guy.
That's what's up.
Designer and super dad, all of the above. He lives not too far from me. And he always gets me on these random missions of random makerness, from like making an electric bike to 3D printing to our photography hustle. Like, yeah, he's the man. He's another brother like me that just loves to be in the garage doing something crazy. Like, one of these days you hear about an explosion on the top of the hill in Hawaii, that would be Noah. So, man, you said, so many gems in that. And I love that what you did with your studio. I'm actually working on planning mine out. I want to paint everything studio gray and then, use lighting to control the mood more. And I just haven't settled on my gray. The people at the paint store are sick of seeing me because I'll roll up in there and just stare at the gray wall for like a half an hour. And it's funny because I remember when we was doing the house, the old lady, she went through like 9 million swatches and I kind of clowned her, and now I'm doing it. So yeah.
Now you're doing it.
There's that. So the thing to me again, I just think it's very important that people understand. Yes, I think Human City said it a minute ago. You got to start where you are, and that's absolutely cool, right? And I tell people I don't like to use the word comfortable on my channel because you get comfortable, you get lazy, complacent, and you're not bringing anything. I am forever tweaking. If you guys watch this stream from 2 weeks ago, this is different now. I am forever messing with stuff. I don't keep it the same. I am always adding something. I added 2 new lights, and I added the random OG Mac squirreling in the background. It all happened in April.
I love it.
You know what I mean? Just because lava lamps, I'm an old dude. Sorry, got to rep my people. So, it's a thing. Go out there. First of all, just start, okay? Stop waiting for your perfection thing. Just start. But do your practice and put in the work, right? You can't just go out to the golf club and throw on a green blazer and you cool. You got to hit about 1 million golf balls before you ever even see a green blazer. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can buy one from Walgreens, I guess, but like if you want a master's blazer, you have got to put in that level of work. And it's funny because people will see something on TV or they'll see one of our streams and they go, I want my stream to do like that. So they go and they buy all of this stuff. They're not putting any effort into learning how to use the equipment.
Nope. That's the issue.
You have to use the equipment. And they will come back and blame us for making them buy it. Like,
I bought this joint and the joint ain't working. Da, da, da.
Bro, you're not working. You got to read the...
Yeah.
I get super irritated when the answer is like literally the third or second thing in the manual. Like, you didn't even crack that manual. Nothing I buy that costs over $300 don't get read. It just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense at all. Like, when you buy a car now, they make you sit through a class on what it all does. Because they got so sick of people coming back saying that, my car does this, it doesn't do that, and blah, blah, blah. And I tell this story all the time because it's funny to me. I had a homie, she went out, she wanted to buy, the Beamer. I'm not going to say she copied me, but she kind of did. And then like a year later, I seen her struggling, asking me, can you open the trunk for me? She had all this stuff in her hand. And I'm like, didn't you buy your car like 2 weeks after me? And she was like, yeah. I go, I'll absolutely help you, but do me a favor, take your right leg and kick just underneath the license plate, but don't actually hit it. Just wave your foot underneath the license plate.
Wave your foot.
She's like,
open.
Oh my God, I didn't know it can do that. I'm like, you spent 67 grand on the whip and you didn't know that you could open the trunk by kicking at it?
Not cool. Not cool.
I'm like, come on, lady. Cool. Like, seriously, and I don't mean to be that dude, but you don't buy stuff of that nature. And I mean, she didn't pay attention when the guy was teaching her, because I know they teach that at the dealership. They make you.
That's one of the selling points. That's one of the selling points.
Even the low end cars now come with kick bumper. You could buy a Ford anything and come with a kick bumper because it's a safety feature, right? It's a safety feature, so you don't have to like break yourself trying to like put stuff in your car. So it's just funny. Like, I don't know. I take it. I get really irritated with people that don't read the manual. It's just, I'm sorry. I'm mean. I shouldn't be mean.
But no. I think what you're saying is gold. I just want to add this one little piece, man. So one thing that I do, and if you're a live stream teacher like Doc, then going live in these unscripted sessions is a real big thing because you want to tinker and learn some things together. I love doing that. Late Thursday nights, I should say. I usually go live. I haven't done it in a while. Might do it this week, but I'll go live just tinkering with something. And what I'm able to find out with everybody watching.
That's how I met Corey, guys. Was coming to one of your tinker sessions.
Yeah.
He was just in there
and
on
the
pressing stuff. And we're just trying things, and that's 100% true. So I just wanted to hit Human City.
Tires. Yeah, go ahead.
What manual never heard of? I go, you know what? Honestly, even worst case scenario, fam, bust out the YouTube manual. Like, you can do a lot with the YouTube manual, bro.
Yes, you can.
So that's still better than nothing. I mean, but literally, people, you just have to be willing to put in some effort. Like, streaming is not hard. It's not hard at all. Is there a lot of stuff to know? Yes. Do you have to know it all at once? No. Actually, I want to start taking people away from learning it all at once. I want you to bury in a week or two to hone a skill until it gets better. It's like the bunt, bruh. I couldn't stand my coach constantly trying to make me bunt. I'm like, bruh, I'm good for a double most games. Why do I got to bunt?
Yes.
Because it's strategery, bruh. It's a strategery move. Sometimes I need you on the base because I was one of the fast kids, right? And yes, I could get a double, but that double was coming from me being able to run. Right? I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
I just knew that I was fast, so I thought I was hitting the ball far. No, turned out as a sprinter, I was a good base runner. So half the time I was making it to second was built off my speed, not off of my ability to hit. I didn't know that, right?
Woo.
So I'm thinking I'm the G. Man, come on. Every time I'm up, I'm good for a butt. No, because kids at 11 can't get the ball there. Kids at 12 can get the ball there. You see what I mean? So up until junior high school, I knew I was good for doubles all the time. All of a sudden, I get to like 9th grade, and I'm only good for singles now. What happened? Well, dummy, because the arm speed of the dudes out there caught up to your leg speed. And then as you make it to high school, you barely make it into first now because the arm speed done got better because they start working out their arm at 13. Never mind. So I'm glad you caught that. Yeah, it was funny. So this is the reason why you have to know all of the little skills importantly. So strategically, there are days where I just need you to get to the base because now you can steal. Yeah. Or now when the next person behind you, because I'm hitting 3, the next person behind you hitting 4 can actually reach the wall, not think they can reach the wall, then you're on base and I get 2 runs instead of 1.
Listen, I mean, what you're saying is gold. This is the reason why people like Tom Buck exist, right? This is the reason why people like Henny exist, because they take a platform that everybody has. Like with Henny, he's got the iPad. Who doesn't have an iPad, right? He take a platform that everybody has, and then they show you how to do things that you didn't know how to do on it. How did they learn those things? Because they kept on poking at it. Because they kept on playing with it. They kept on turning it over and over and over and putting it in this scenario and that scenario and checking to see how can I break this thing? You've got to create spaces that allow you to take whatever equipment you have to its limit. And when you find what the true limit of it is, then it's time to now start buying new gear.
100%. And I mentioned this in the gas video from last week. I'm like, a lot of times when you're about to buy something new, go watch tutorials and reviews of the joints you already got, because you might find out you've been missing some stuff you didn't even know. And talk about eating your own dog food. When I got in this, I got the 6400 set up and it was like fire. I got the A7 III over there. I was like, this is fire. Like, this is all dope. Let's do this. And then I looked at my A6000 and I was like, it's been a run, fam. Like, I appreciate you, but I'm going to box you up, put you in a little cute little bag and give it to my niece Emma, right? My niece Emma's 11. She's like, wants to be into photography and video like Unc. So, she caught me with the feels and I'm like, all right, cool. Let me go ahead and give you this, right? So I, made it up all nice, put a little 50 millimeter lens and, the 18 to 55 that comes with it. Got all set up. I was like, nice. M's. Here's a couple of videos that you can watch to get set up. I want you to learn the basics first. Bring me your questions, and we'll work on this every Sunday when we link up. Yeah. And I'm feeling like all cool, like such a good uncle, like what a nice man, blah blah blah. And then I found out that actually the A6000 got clean HDMI. I'm like, I swear I checked that. No, dude, you forgot to press this button and this button instead of just that button where it normally is, because that firmware is so old. You had to do 2 extra steps. Yes. And I was like, I just gave away $1,000 camera to my niece because I'm over here like thinking, well, now that I got the new, now that I got the, the beast mode, like I don't have to think about that little old A6000. I'm kicking myself in the feet right now because I would have another super functional camera. And to make it even worse, I saw a video 3 days ago popped up in my feed from the Dunna did it, and it was like shooting cinematic video with the A6000. I'm like, what? The reason why I bought the A6400 is because the A6000 couldn't do cinematic video because I got jazzed by looking at somebody else's camera. So you probably your camera can probably do more stuff than you know. You just got shaded by Diana and I, and then you stopped figuring out how to work. Okay, and again, no matter how much spice we talk about the M50, because it is trash, look at what Marshall gets out of it, though. Why? Because he knows how to use his camera. Look at what Mr. Riley gets out of his. Why? Because he knows how to use his camera.
He got free LUTs that you could download
right now. That's because you need LUTs because it's a piece of trash. But anyway.
Hey, but I'll tell you, I picked up a A6000 on KEH used for like $360. So that's a good camera, man.
Now I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna steal it back from her. So, because it's dope. Actually, I'll probably just get another ZV-1 because it can do more things. But yeah, it's just the concept of don't get tripped out by what you have and somebody else have, and you start looking at them like, oh my God, I want all the things. Just go check the reviews on the product you already have. Check if there's any firmware updates, and then maybe go look at some tutorials and see if you miss something. Because sometimes you miss something, and it just made me think of a really, really horrible joke that Richard Pryor once said, but I won't say it because it's not that kind of joke. But,
not that kind of joke. Not today.
Mr.
Not
Camera
today.
Junkie, I would tell you the joke offline because it's funny. Anyway, so I really, and I like Mr. Riley coined the frame, the Canaanites around here. I thought that was hilarious. Again, no shade. I mean, it's not really about equipment. In that level, you got a camera, so put your work together. When you get the Sigma 16 in that, you can make it all look good. The only thing that's going to be different for y'all is y'all need more lighting, and you'll never have that super lightning fast 2-second autofocus. Like, what? That's not even 2 seconds, bro. That's not quick.
Even 2 seconds.
Bam. That's like, y'all can't do that.
That is crazy.
I will forever rub our autofocus game in your face because it's quick. All right, Kirk. I gotta get. Katie's gonna yell at me. So what I want to do is I want you, if you have like a single gem that you would like to leave people with right now, and I'm gonna pull one directly out of your own hat. I'm gonna need you to go to Calendly and book another session because I think we got so much more to help Kim folks with. And I kind of just wanted my crew, if they weren't fully familiar, to get a chance to see you and the work that you bring. You will see a lot more of Doc and Kirk together at the same stuff because I know that we're trying to get him to speak at our conference, what we got coming up soon. And you know what? Before I go, I wanted to touch on something that Sig said a while back. Sig mentioned that he got where did it go? Here you go. I saved it because I wanted to talk to Sig because I like Sig. Sig's cool. He said, I'm not going Ecamm route. I'm sticking with vMix. It's a one-time payment as opposed to Ecamm. And my ATEM Extreme, whatever, he like owning his stuff. You know what? I respect that. Like,
I respect that.
I think people think that, because I work at Ecamm or because like I'm a hardcore Ecamm fanboy, help get the job. Let's not get it twisted. That I think it's only Ecamm. I'd rather you be streaming. I don't care if you did nothing other than take your phone and put it on a thing and turn it on and just start talking to folks and telling your story. To me, that is more valuable than nothing. Something is better than nothing infinitely. Like 0, 1 is way more than 0. It's like it's not double to 0 because 0 is nothing. Like 1 is way more than 0. Like I don't think people understand that. So you know what? I appreciate going the vMix route. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that. I
respect that.
You got to do what works for you. What I want people to take away is I want you to know, like, say you're not a Mac streamer. You know, say you're not a Sony guy. He's a Sony guy, so Sig, welcome to the club. It doesn't matter. Take the sausage and then figure out, you know what? I like everything about this dish. I can't eat onions. Pick a different aromatic, fam. Switch to garlic. Add some celery, turmeric. Pick another aromatic. It does not have to be onions, right? I don't know why you wouldn't want to eat onions. That's the bomb. Yeah. But if for some reason you can't, maybe you're allergic to alum, then pick, I knew that kind of stuff, huh? Pick something else.
Huh?
But make it taste good for you, right?
There it is.
There it is. The thing is, you're not supposed to listen to a word I say. verbatim. You're supposed to take it and adjust it to fit you accordingly. When I make conversations about the beard cream, I don't expect Keely to bust that out. She's a gorgeous female. She can't use beard cream. But she might have a client that did some work and she, you know what, this guy is pretty cool. I'm going to buy David, maybe David Blackman is her client. I'm going to buy David some Beard and Banjos cream because David's a good client. So, you know what I mean? She's not listening to Brian because she has a beard. She's listening to Brian because she wants to do something dope for her client.
See,
you know
that's
what I'm saying?
it right there.
So sometimes, folks, you guys get caught in the minutia and you're not looking at the whole thing, okay? And to throw this at you is the reason why there is like 87 denominations for the same book.
It's so true. It's so true.
That's it.
So true. So true.
Take them.
Let me
take them.
Let me say this. I think I'm building on what Doc just shared there as we close it out, y'all. The tech is important. Anybody that tells you, it doesn't matter what camera you have, just go, just get a camera. If you're gonna make a purchase, if you're gonna make an investment, understand where you want to go. Understand where you want to go, what you want to achieve. Figure out your non-negotiables. I had a lady on my show. Her name is Sharona Drake. She's a monster, right? She's a brand specialist. She's a monster. But she said these words. She said, "Figure out your no, right? Your no is your brand. What you say no to is your brand." I want you to catch that. What you say no to is your brand. There's a story told about Steve Jobs with the iPod, and he was like, "Make it smaller," and they were like, "Nah, you can't make it smaller. We've done everything. We've reduced all. We've taken components out. We've made it as small as we possibly can." That's what he said. He's like, "I can't make it smaller." Okay. He took the iPod, threw it in a fish tank, and you saw the bubbles coming up. Bubbles coming up from the iPod. He said, "If there's bubbles in there, there's space. Make it smaller." Because Steve Jobs understood what his no was. He understood his brand. He was not willing to accept anything less than excellence in that space. So what is your brand? What is your no? Right? Figure out those pieces. Understand the broader picture, where you want to go, and what the journey is going to be. Enjoy the temporary victories, like Doc is about to celebrate. I don't remember how many subscribers on YouTube. You've got to take a moment to celebrate those smaller victories, a real moment, and then set your eyes on the next mountain. Because the next mountain is the goal, right? The camera is not the goal. Ecamm, vMix, Restream, StreamYard, that's not the goal. Figure out what your goal is, then you can start putting the pieces, functional, distinct pieces in place to be able to arrive at that destination. What is your no? If you walk away with nothing else, I want you to just answer this question. What do you naturally, instinctively, like from a gut reaction, say no to? I guarantee that's your brand. And with that, I'm done. I'm gonna kick it back over to Doc. I can't thank you enough for bringing me on.
I love it. I absolutely love it, man. Yo, we might have to make a podcast or something.
Bruh.
I don't know. I'm just saying. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. And I love what you just said there. And people, I hope you got something. If not, fam, look, see that Instagram above Kirk's head. Go there, find it, follow him. See all the things wherever he's at. Just check him out because the brother will show you how it all works. I'm just saying.
Yes.
It's some of the best in the business. Gang, again, if you want to know more for anything that we talked about today, please, if you're new, replay, whatever, write it down in the comments. Say what's up, Kim Bucha. I saw you showed up, girl. I'm glad you're here anyway. Blessed by G Beats. Thank you for showing up too, fam. I appreciate you. Gang, if you want to join the Drop Squad, like we had new members join up today, just go over to the Buy Me a Coffee page. You'll see the membership. You can join the Drop Squad. It's always fun. We get our Zoom calls happening on the week, and yeah, it's just dope. It's just absolutely dope. if you just need to go buy something or learn about my kit, all of that's in the description. All my equipment that I use is down there. If you have a tech question, you can ask that right away. You can find me. I'm everywhere. I'm at Doc Rock. I'm not going to bore you to death with all the particulars. But if you're down, come back Saturday. Saturday, we're going to have Evie on. And Evie is going to talk to us about our ClickUp game. So make sure you come and check that out. I am always looking for another tool to make things move smoother. I'm just trying to figure out how to lubricate this process better and better and better and better until it just becomes muscle memory for me. And that's why I stream so much. It's really not because I got a lot to say. I stream so much because it makes it easier. So then when I'm ready to do my stage joint, it's going to just fly. It's in there. Like, it's actually in there, right? Last thing, you guys I've said this a lot the last week because my year is coming up. I said at the end of Leaping the live stream, which was like the end of May, I said a year from now, I'm going to be speaking at one of these conferences. Because I listened to all the speakers, I saw what they said, and I was like, I have value to give that they did not even touch on. I watched like 1,100 speakers, and I was like, I have value that these guys didn't touch on. I want to go and share some of the info that is in the Rock Noggin. I wanted to get it out.
Come on.
So I said verbally, like a dummy, on the close wrap, the last keynote, the capstone, that's the word, the opposite of keynote is a capstone. On the capstone, I said, a year from now, I will be speaking at one of these conferences.
Woo!
Last week, Wednesday, I spoke at a conference with my boy Kirk. Right? Kirk and I got there. We did a dope session. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, absolutely fire session. And so you have got to be careful of the intentions you set. See, I set an intention to say that I was going to go speak at this conference. Some of y'all are setting the intention that my live stream sucked. Well, you're right. Because if you set that intention, you will follow all of the things to get to that exact point. It is like a GPS. When you drop the little carrot that says, I'm trying to find Mod Pizza, it will tell you which way to go. When you set the carrot that says, I'm going to speak at a conference in the next year, and then 10 months and 4 days later, you speaking at a conference with Chief Firebrand himself, or you can set the intention that my live stream sucked. Nobody wants to hear what I gotta say. My camera don't look right, so I can't be right. Blah blah. Whatever waypoint you set for yourself, the universe, the God, whoever you put in front of you, whoever you give your power to, will guide you exactly to that point. Exactly.
That's good,
to that
Doc.
point. You know what I'm saying?
You're preaching now, brother.
So some people are given some pretty bad waypoints by other folks, and they work their way to get there. Some people are given bad waypoints, far more egregious, by the way, given bad waypoints by themselves. I almost said bad words in front of Pastor Nugget. So you set a horrible waypoint for yourself. You'll be like, at the next block, turn left. At 600 feet, say you suck again. At 700 feet, mire in some minuscule point that doesn't really matter. Okay, now walk another mile in that sorrow and say something else ignorant about yourself. And then you're there. Yeah. You're like, hey, look, Ma, I made it. Yeah. So set your intentions as simple as they sound. Something as crazy as, and I did it. I'm not making this mess up. I did it. Wake up every day, verbally, not quietly, verbally. Wifey looking at me crazy. I am a creator. Why you keep saying that? Don't listen. Just pay attention, woman. Pay attention.
I am a creator.
I'm a creator.
There it is.
Some of y'all wake up every day and say, Jesus loves me. It's the same thing. You can say that too. But then also remind yourself that you're a creator and start creating on purpose. Say, I want to be the best streamer in the yoga game. Not the best black streamer in the yoga game. I want to be the best streamer in the yoga game. I want to be the best creator in the yoga game. I want to write my book about
mindset.
Yoga. I don't want everyone of color to think yoga is something that, only Kimberly can do.
Yeah.
I had to stop saying Karen because it's the wifey's name. She gets mad when I say that. You know what I'm saying? Say I want to be the best designer I can be. Not the best black designer, not the best female designer, not the best designer married to Kirk. I want to be the best designer, period, with a T.
Yes.
And then work towards that. Right? So that's all I want to remind y'all with.
Man.
You gotta, whatever intention you set, whether you believe me or not, you set intentions. Like, I don't set intentions.
Yeah.
That's boom. Well, that's woo woo woo. All right, that'll be woo woo.
You are setting intentions.
That'll be woo woo.
Yes.
You are setting intentions whether you like it or not. Right? So
My goodness.
make sure you park the car on that. And I'll see y'all on Saturday. Kirk, brother, thank you. I appreciate you so much, bro.
Always,
so much.
always
Absolutely.
a blast. Yeah.
It was just fire. Let me get my going out of here song. Let me play some music.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Here we go. And then crank it up. I love this track.
Honey, I got what you want.
Thank you guys. I will see you on Saturday. I appreciate you. Thank you, Joel. I appreciate you. Kanika's making fun of us. She throw a little dab. I don't know why YouTube thinks a dab is an elbow cough.
Elbow cough.
Oh, guys, I love you guys. I appreciate you. Hold on. Thank you, brother.
All right.